Please!
Okay guys, welcome to another one of my videos. I'm sorry if you can hear some unusual, normal sort of domestic noises in the background. That's because currently I'm at home isolating from the coronavirus that's sweeping the world and the nation. So we've got some drills and lawn mowing going on in the background. Anyway, it is what it is. So let's get on. So this is my version of the penny stove. So for this I'm going to need 2 empty drinks cans, some bioethanol fuel, a blade of some description. This is a new Stanley blade, a pair of pliers, the all-important penny, or 2 penny in this case, some form of pin or nail, a lighter, a piece of timber that's 1 inch thick, and a safe preparing area. So let's get to it. So what we need to do to start with is we need to get one of our cans and we need to put it bottom down against the 1 inch piece of wood, and then we need to get our blade and we basically need to score around. Okay, now you push down and score along that blade, and you just basically keep doing that. Now I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to bring this in. Now can you see that line there? Hopefully you can. Now at this point you could cut along that line with a pair of scissors if you wish to make it slightly safer, but be careful of the sharp edges. Or you can carry on and just keep scoring along. So that is what I'm going to do. So it's important not to bend the can. Just keep going, and once you've scored deeply enough through, or all the way through, you will be able to just crunch the can slightly with your hands and break along that score line. So we're going to give this a go and see if we're there. I think we're nearly there. There we are. So you can see I've just gone through there. You can see that. Some bits are, some bits aren't. And you should be able to just and there we have it. There's a little bit of excess coke in there. And that is what you're left with. So a really nice, neat 1 inch bottom of the can. It's really important that you be careful of these edges. They are sharp. Okay, put that to one side. Do the same again with the second can. Okay, now we have our 2 perfectly formed 1 inch bottoms of our cans. Now you can discard of the blade somewhere safe and the piece of wood. And now you'll need your pliers or crimps or anything like that that you might want to use. Now it's important that you only use one of these now, so put that one to one side, and that what you need to do now is you need to get the end of the pliers and just slightly twist every now and again, sort of every inch or so. Just pinch it like that. And what this is doing is it's making this one slightly smaller than the other one, because this is going to be the bottom. Just go around and do that again. And then you should be left with it looking like something like that. Okay? Now, let's move those to there. This should enable this lid to go on this bottom, so we'll see if that works. It does take a bit of jiggery pokery. And if it doesn't fit, then all you've got to do is do a few more crimps, which I'm going to do on this one. So it just shows you, look, not all, don't all get it right first time. Try that again. That's it. Gently push down, not too hard. Okay, so now you have the foundation for your penny stove. So that's it all the way around. Now these edges here, you really want to get a bit of sandpaper and just gently sand those edges just so there's no sharp bits sticking out. You can sand it so you can discard of this thin layer of paint that's on the outside of the can that's got all the logos and stuff on, but part of me quite likes to keep that on because it means, especially if you're doing it with a group of kids or scouts or anything like that, you can actually, you know, they've all got different ones, so you could have almost like a collection. And if you've got any old cans and the old sort of vintage cans, it's quite nice. You can collect them up over the years, and each time you make one you can have a different logo on your can. Just an idea, it's a bit quirky, I know. So what we need next is to make the holes. So all I'm using is a wooden notice board pin, and you want to form 16 holes around the outside of here and 5 holes in the middle. You can do this with a hammer and nail, but I tend to find that I prefer using sort of my hand and just screwing that in like that to form a hole, because sometimes if you use a hammer and nail it dislodges the top. So I'm just going to do a couple to show you. So there's your holes around the outside. Now I need 16 of them, so I'm going to carry on do that and bring you back once I've done. So there are my holes around the outside, 16 holes. Now I'm going to do the ones in the middle. Now it's important when you do the ones in the middle that you don't go all the way through to the bottom, because you do not want to pierce the bottom. Okay, so just be careful when you're going through there. So start with one in the middle. And then, just like the number 5 on a dice, just do it like that. And these holes are where you're going to pour your fuel and also where the penny will go. Okay? So there you go. So what I've done now is I've just brought in a oven tray, obviously because it's a bit different here. I'm doing it in my back garden on the picnic table, so to speak. Wouldn't really need to do this if you're out in the wild. So just using a baking tray and putting my stove on the baking tray in the middle, and then I'm going to pour in my fuel. That goes in the middle, and that will drain through those holes and just bring you in a little bit. And you can see that, and that drains through the holes. Okay, now I'm just going to pour a little bit over the side. And then I'm going to get my lighter and light that. And I'm hoping you can see this. let me just move you around. And there you have the penny stove, and the penny goes on top there. And there you have it. There you have a perfectly working, very, very lightweight stove that you can carry with you in your rucksack or when you're out camping. So what I've done is I've cut the lid off another can and I've put a little bit of water in it, and then I've used it for boiling. Now please don't drink out of that can, because again you've got very sharp edges, there might be hazardous things on the outside, so I do not advise drinking out of the can. This will also get very hot. But it's ideal container and another way of recycling. So I'll just bring you there. You can see that's really efficient, and then you can use that water and put it into another container or use it for some cooking or anything like that. So it's just another way of recycling and just showing you how versatile this little penny stove is and how efficient it is actually. You can put this directly onto the penny stove, but sometimes it does suffocate the flames a bit. So I've just used a bit of a grid here to try and take it away from the flame. But as you can see, that is really bubbling away nicely. So you could put like a tin of beans on there, some soup, anything like that, and that will cook it and heat it up sufficiently enough for you to be able to enjoy a warm meal. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate any subscribes, likes, shares, and especially enjoy seeing comments in the boxes below, hopefully positive ones. Remember, this is just my take on it. I'm not saying it's perfect, but this is how I like to do it, and I really enjoy making these. It's a great thing to do with the kids, and it's a good way of upcycling stuff as well, which is always a bonus. Alright, thanks for watching everybody, and I shall see you next time. Cheers, bye.